what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, unfortunately, Carlos Thomas Jr. is out of the 2023 New York Pro, which is just about 2 weeks away, and he's not the only guy that's technically out, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video. But he put up a post on Instagram today announcing he's withdrawing, and I'm pretty disappointed to see that, and obviously I hope that he gets better and healthier. But this was one of the pro debuts that I was looking forward to the most. He earned his pro card by winning the overall at the 2021 NPC Nationals. I believe his original plan was to start out in 212, but he ended up changing that plan and was intending to compete in this New York Pro and do the open division. But I mean, as you can see in just this physique update alone, he's got an insane upper body, crazy arms, crazy round fullness throughout the pecs, the shoulders. Just he's got this really cool 3D effect to his physique that I think a lot of people are, excited to see on a pro stage finally. And he's got really good wheels too, by the way. I don't want to say he just has a good upper body. He's pretty complete. But a lot of people with the success of like Derek Lunsford, Hadi Chupin, a lot of people are looking forward to this debut because he is a shorter guy, but still has a very, very impressive physique for a shorter guy. I think that's probably why he made the decision to switch to open. But in this post, Carlos Thomas says, "Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to address the fact that I won't be participating in the upcoming New York Pro Show. Unfortunately, I've been dealing with some severe health issues related to my ulcerative colitis that has made it impossible for my body to respond in the way that I need it to in order to compete. And as disappointed as I am that I won't be able to show it off all the hard work that I've put in, I'm optimistic about the future, and I'm taking time to focus on my health and well-being. And I'm confident that with the treatment plan we have in place, I'm headed in the right direction and I'm feeling much better. I'm already looking forward to a later show date, and I can't wait to step on stage and show the world what I'm capable of. In the meantime, I'm going to keep working hard, stay positive, and taking care of myself. Thank you to Bev's Gym, Big Steve, and everyone for your support and understanding. I genuinely appreciate it. I will still be attending the New York Pro to support my fellow competitors and friends. So until then, I'll see you guys down the road." So maybe some of you guys watching this might not even know who Carlos Thomas Jr. is, and you might not have even known he was competing in the New York Pro, but me personally, as a bodybuilding fan, this was one of the pro debuts that I really was the most excited to see, especially this year. We've got GoodVito's pro debut coming up. But honestly, I was a little bit more excited to see Carlos Thomas Jr.'s pro debut, and I'm curious to see if he's able to recover in time to do a show maybe later this year that would still qualify him for the 2023 Mr. Olympia, because as crazy as last year's Olympia was, you could still have that lineup plus more names, GoodVito and Carlos Thomas Jr. this year, adding kind of two more wild cards into that mix, just like Michael Krizo was last year. Andrew Jack, Samson Dowdo. You could have two brand new guys in Carlos Thomas Jr. and GoodVito that are capable, I think, of cracking the top 10. So best of luck to Carlos Thomas Jr., and I hope he's able to make a full recovery and get his physique back on track to where he can compete, hopefully before the end of the year. Now, I mentioned that another bodybuilder is out of the New York Pro, and that bodybuilder would be Rafael Brandao. So Rafael was scheduled to be on the guest posing list for the New York Pro, in addition to some really big names. You had Sean Clarita, Samson Dowda, Nick Walker, Derek Lunsford, Big Ramy, Hunter Labrada, and I believe Chris Bumstead isn't doing a guest posing, but he's doing a guest appearance. So he was going to be in some pretty good company there, Rafael Brandao. He was a top 10 Olympian this year, that's worth pointing out, but there were some pretty big names in that guest posing, and I think that was a pretty big opportunity for him, so it's unfortunate that he has to sit that one out. But the reason that he's out is he actually contracted dengue, which is actually a pretty serious virus. It's passed along by mosquitoes, and it can actually be fatal in about 5% of cases, depending on which variation of the virus that you get. And it's like a comparable virus to Zika, if you guys remember the Zika virus from a few years ago. But in most cases, this is a virus that people recover from relatively easily. But unfortunately, if this translated correctly from the Brazil Bodybuilding News report, it looks like the dengue that he had actually got progressively worse and progressed into hemorrhagic fever, which is like an advanced form of dengue. And this is the more fatal version of the disease, or has more, more by percentage fatalities. But we're definitely wishing Rafael a speedy recovery and hoping he's able to step on stage again here in the near future. But like I said, this is actually a pretty serious virus, so hopefully he is able to overcome it. Now, next up in the news, the latest physique update from Stefane Matala, who goes by the nickname Mr. Unchained. A lot of people also call him the French version of Ramon Dino. Some people saying these are the most impressive physique updates posted by him so far. Now, he is getting ready to compete, and he is documenting his road to the Olympia stage, which is his goal for 2023. And he said that his goal is to compete in June or July. We don't know which one he's doing yet, but that's why we're starting to see him look better and better in some of these updates, because he is dialing down and kind of prepping in the final stages here of prep for a show. Whether it's June or July, we're talking 4 to 8 weeks out max. And I think, look, obviously it goes without saying that he's got an insane upper body here. Crazy striations with the chest. He looks like granite hard in a lot of these pictures. Crazy upper body. His arms are crazy. His legs look good. He's very balanced. He does have a very classic look in a lot of these poses. There are some shots that I've seen of him where his waist to me doesn't look as tapered as some other classic physique guys. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Wesley Vissers. Wesley Vissers has this crazy classic physique, crazy upper body, pretty good amount of size for a classic guy. But at the end of the day, he just had this kind of thickness to his waist that no matter how wide his upper body got, it still just wasn't as narrow and wasn't as tapered as some of the other classic guys, and I think it threw him off a little bit. And I kind of see that in some of these shots of Stefan, so I'm curious to see once he steps on stage how classic he looks and how tapered he looks once he's next to guys that have these really crazy tapered midsections. And by no means am I saying he doesn't have a good midsection. I'm just saying for classic physique, how is that taper actually going to hold up on stage in the mandatory classic poses? But overall, I think this guy is extremely impressive. I think the pictures look good. Like I said, there's not really a whole lot to criticize about what you can see in these pictures, but we're kind of starting to learn with classic physique. There's been a lot of guys over the years that have, generated a pretty significant hype on social media. They look crazy classic in these pictures. Then the show comes around and they struggle to make, top 10, top 6 at some of the bigger shows. So while I do think this guy has a crazy physique, especially this posing video where the lighting's crazy and his posing is on point, he looks really, really good. I'm hesitant to say he's like the next big thing in classic physique. I've seen people, commenting his pictures already saying he's a future Mr. Olympia. And again, he does look great. But I want to see him on stage first, not just these, crazy goon light, perfectly set up, perfectly posed Instagram pictures. I need to see it on stage. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Stefan's physique. Like I said, it is very, very high caliber, but I still want to see it on stage before we make any judgments that are future Mr. Olympia type conversations. But let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Now, next up in the news, we did get an update from Michael Krizo, both a physique update and confirmation of the show that he's planning on competing in. So it looks like I called this right. He is doing the M Pro Classic in Spain. He kind of hinted at this a few weeks ago where he posted a status where he said he was 8 weeks out. But we're now only 4 or 5 weeks out. It's in the middle of June. I think it's June 17th and 18th. So it looks like we will see Michael Krizo on stage trying to qualify for the 2023 Mr. Olympia in just about a month now. So like I said before, we don't really have much longer to wait until the summer bodybuilding season really starts to kick off, and you start to see a lot of these big names, these favorite bodybuilders start to take the stage again and try to qualify for the Olympia, because now this year, there's a lot of guys that are really big names that are not qualified right now that still have to get in there and win a show, because keep in mind, no more points this year. The point standings don't matter. You have to win a show to get to the Olympia. So these guys are really going to be battling it out this year to try to get a spot on that Olympia stage. So we're going to have some excitement, and it looks like June is going to be, well, May is also a very big month. We've got the New York Pro here in 2 weeks. But as we get into June, July, you're going to start to see a lot of these shows pop up, and a lot of these guys, these big name guys start to jump in. Now, the final story that I have for you guys today, we also did get a brief update from GoodVito, and we know already that he is doing he's doing a championship show in Brazil to try to qualify for the Olympia. So he's doing that in September. So this brief physique update is still a ways away from him actually taking the stage as a pro trying to qualify for the Olympia. But he's another guy I'm really looking forward to seeing. And like I said, him and Carlos Thomas Jr., this could be a big year for both of them. Like I said, I'm very, it's very unfortunate that we don't get to see Carlos Thomas Jr. on the New York Pro stage. But we've still got GoodVito, and we still have the possibility that Carlos gets healthy before the Olympia, is able to do a show, and I really think he can do some damage. I think Carlos can win a show and get to the Olympia stage. I don't think that's out of the question, and I think GoodVito can do the same, and I think we could very easily have 2 new names at the Olympia this year that are really serious contenders, not just random guys. These are guys that I think could actually do some damage. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Make sure you leave a like. If you did enjoy it, subscribe, all that good stuff if you haven't already. And as always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at Nick Strength Power. My Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power. My secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.
Yeah. cartoon. The jewelry and bitches I'm fucking with always the same, dripping like monsoon. Don't fuck with the platoon, we getting it popping like balloon. Making moves like serpentine, got all these dudes all confused. Air Force what I'm stepping on, it's me, Henny, and Benjamin. Too sick, I need medicine, fuck around even like skeleton. She tripping like menopause, all these dudes be acting hard but ain't doing shit. Metapods, never lost with no flaws. I'm getting it going again, not fucking with fake friends. They do it like Beckham, they show me how truth bends. Big watch, big band, me and the cash, I'm making amends. Fuck being sad, I won't do it again. We keeping it 10 times 10. Fuck what they said, I just put them to rest. They changed up, but they act dead.